Yo, what's going on, guys? Sam here. Welcome back to another video. Can you believe we're already looking at iOS 13.4 Developer Beta 1? Now, if you're a public beta tester, you should be getting this soon, but right now it's only out for devs. I didn't actually think we'd be seeing this so quickly because, iOS 13.3.1 was just released a week or two ago, but we're already on 13.4, meaning this is probably going to come out for everybody in a couple of months. But most exciting with this update is that there's actually more changes here than we thought there would be. New features in the Mail app, new Memoji stickers, there's some updated Carplay stuff that's actually really cool. I want to go over all this and more, so drop a like if you're excited, hit subscribe for more, and let's take a look at the new features coming to your iPhone soon. So I got to start off with a huge point of contention in iOS 13, everybody's favorite, the Mail app. I don't know how Apple messed this one up so bad, but there were so many issues along the way, and I think it's finally going to be fixed, but also I've said that before and Apple just hasn't come through. So 13.3 is on the left here, 13.4 is on the right, and you can see down below at the bottom there are some big changes. Instead of everything being hidden in this one menu right here that implies you can only reply because that's what the icon says, it's now spread out once again. So if you want to move it to a certain folder, it's there. If you want to flag it, it's right there. And there's some really nice colorful options here that Apple just didn't have. These were not easy to use by any stretch of the imagination, but now they're back, they're accessible. You don't have to tap in one menu just to move something and then scroll down. It was really frustrating. Next up, iCloud folder sharing is here in iOS 13.4, letting you share files with other people across the internet straight from your iCloud account. This was the one confirmed feature for the update, and right here, if we tap and hold and then try to share this, you'll see how it works. After you tapped on share, just go ahead and tap on add people and you'll get this pop up right here. So you got the ability to either text or mail or send it to Twitter. You could send it to your car as well, or you could, just share it and adjust the settings right here to somebody on your iCloud account. So obviously texting or emailing the link will allow people to have access to that file that's stored on iCloud Drive. For a long time, Apple's had support for sharing individual files, but now similar to Dropbox or Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, you can sort of share this or use this service to share all your files in one folder rather than individually, which could be really frustrating to work with. Following that, I'm just curious, do you guys like fun? Do you like to use Memoji characters? Because I'm gonna be honest, I've used these like once, and I think it was to my mom. It's just a little joke or something. I don't really touch these Memoji characters. I think they can be fun sometimes, but I haven't exactly seen them take off all that much. Well, if you are somebody who does enjoy fun, Apple has added some new ones here. This image is courtesy of Renee Ritchie over on Twitter. You've got somebody holding their hand to the side, somebody really having a good time with like the party. Oh, I always forget what you call those things. It's like a little blow whistle. I don't know. They were really fun in like grade school. Somebody being thankful, hearts, crossing, like sort of the dual dab emoji right there, shocked. I really enjoy like the variety in these images. Like people really put time into developing these. Somebody using their MacBook, of course. That's where you guys are at from your 9 to 5. And then a couple of others to show that you're probably annoyed with whoever you're talking with. So these are also included in iOS 13.4, and again, you just go into your iMessage app and then tap down here. You can see them in action. So yeah, look at me. Look how much fun I'm having. You guys with this update could have that much fun too. Now, speaking a bit more broad, there's another really big update in iOS 13.4 that also relates to the Mac. So Apple is introducing universal purchases with iOS 13.4 and a new version of Xcode, which is the software used to develop applications for iOS and macOS. On the new version, when you buy an app on iOS, it can also be bundled with a Mac app, or vice versa. You buy a new Mac application and you get the iOS companion app for the same price. So this is pretty exciting for people like you and me who actually are buying apps because we won't have to pay twice if a developer decides to do that. Now, obviously, developers deserve to get paid, so I don't know if every application will now become bundled when you buy something on iOS or on Mac, but it's great to see that this is coming, and I think it could really change the revenue model for a lot of developers, but also keep customers really happy, so you only have to pay once for the same iOS app and the same Mac app, which is a pretty big deal. A bit different from iOS 13.4, but still sort of related, is on watchOS 6.2. That's the new beta version of this out for developers. There are now in-app purchases on here. So if you want to add on to apps on your wrist, you can do that now. That's a pretty big deal because, it's a big part of revenue for developers on the iPhone, and now that is coming to the Apple Watch. So let me know your thoughts about this down below. Do you have a desire for microtransactions now available on your wrist? I'm a bit mixed here. I see the application. I know it could be cool sometimes, but I feel like it might be a step too far. In recent history, Carplay has been a feature that Apple has been putting a lot of time into. It was overhauled in iOS 13, and even more changes are coming in 13.4. There are new navigation options, but more exciting is the ability to unlock your car using your iPhone, using NFC or near-field communication technology. So essentially, you'll be able to just put your phone up to your car if your brand new car that you buy supports NFC unlocking and use it as a key. Now, this is something Tesla has achieved through Bluetooth for a number of years now. It's not a super new concept, but it's cool to see that in Apple's proprietary in-car software, they're adding the ability to use your phone as a key now. The Carplay documentation here also says you'll be able to share it with other family members, so through the Wallet app, you can all have access to some car, which is going to probably solve the all-time, eternal issue of who gets the car keys, like who can drive. With the new Carplay update, everybody has a key to the NFC car, which is actually a really great idea. If you have family sharing enabled, there's a brand new tab inside of the TV app that somebody discovered over on Twitter. I don't have family sharing enabled because, it's just me out here. But if you do, you'll be able to find this new tab whenever you or another family member installs iOS 13.4 and checks into the library tab of the TV app. And there was actually one more change discovered while editing. So inside of the Shortcuts app, there is a new Shazam it shortcut. So you can now integrate this into your workflows. It describes itself as using the microphone to listen and identify nearby media. And this one makes sense. It feels like it should have been here before because Apple actually owns Shazam. So like they do with most of their acquisitions, now you can integrate it further into the Apple ecosystem. Performance-wise, let's go ahead and see if there is any difference between same processor in both phones, but 13.3.1 here and 13.4 here. All right, and the results are in. While the multi-core on 13.3.1 was a bit higher, the single-core score was pretty much identical. So I don't think there's really any performance change. I think this is probably either a bit lower A, because it's beta 1 and not all the bugs and kinks in the background have been worked out, or B, just sometimes right after updating to a new beta, you get slower scores than when a software has been installed for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. So overall, no significant change, no thousands in one direction or another. I think it's going to be about the same as before. So let me know your thoughts on iOS 13.4 down below in the comment section. Do you like the new features and changes? Are you going to be installing it, or are you waiting for the public release? If you did enjoy the video, drop a like down below. It does seriously help me out, and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest Apple news. I've been Sam, and I'll see all of you in my next video.